All right, you savage. Let's rip this shit apart and start fresh. I'm not that whiny prick Brandel Chambly, sitting in his studio jerking off to his own voice while shitting on LIV Golf like it fucked his dog. I'm here to sling some unhinged, balls-to-the-wall truth bombs, hyping LIV's chaotic brilliance and torching the PGA's management like the spineless corporate cucks they are. Buckle up, because I'm about to make those PGA fanboys sob into their overpriced FedEx Cup merch. LIV Golf is the goddamn Wild West of the sport, and it's glorious. They're out here throwing 54-hole raves in places like Adelaide, where fans go apeshit like it's Woodstock with wedges. Record-breaking crowds losing their minds, chugging beers and chanting for Sergio Garcia while he's draining putts. That's the vibe. Mark Leishman's tearing it up in Miami, banking his first LIV title with a performance so ballsy it's like he was channeling a drunk Viking. Wacky Neiman and Sebastian Munoz are throwing down sub-60 scores like it's a fucking video game, with Neiman's fireball squad making team play look cooler than a polar bear's asshole. And don't sleep on South Africa's Dean Burmester pocketing over 70 million rand in Chicago. That's the kind of cash that makes PGA purses look like pocket lint. LIV's got this electric, in-your-face energy, music blaring, players vibing, and a festival atmosphere that makes PGA events feel like a funeral for fun. Scott O'Neill's out here calling it the F1 of golf, and he's not wrong. Global, flashy, and unapologetic, while the PGA is still measuring its dick with a ruler from 1995. Now, let's tear into the PGA's management. Bunch of pencil-pushing, hypocritical fuckwits who've mismanaged the sport into a fucking quagmire. Jane Monahan? That guy's got the charisma of a soggy biscuit and the backbone of a jellyfish. He's been dodging LIV merger talks like a coward running from a bar fight, sitting on his high horse while the sport fractures. 2 years after that so-called framework agreement, he's done fuck all to unify golf, leaving fans stuck with half the stars playing in Saudi-funded side quests. He banned LIV players, then got all teary-eyed when 9/11 families called him out for cozying up to Saudi cash anyway. Pick a lane, you spineless twat. Monahan's so obsessed with protecting the PGA's legacy, he's let viewership stagnate and alienated top talent like Rahm and DeChambeau, who are out here stealing majors while PGA loyalists choke on their own sanctimony. And don't get me started on the OWGR bullshit. PGA's puppet system still refusing LIV points, screwing over guys like Neiman, who'd eat most of their roster alive. Monahan's sitting on $1 billion Saudi offer, too chicken shit to take it, because he's scared of losing his precious boardroom throat to PFF's Yasser Al-Rumayyan. Meanwhile, Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy are out here playing good cop, begging for unity, but Monahan's too busy sniffing his own farts to listen. The PGA's clinging to their meritocracy like it's some sacred relic, but it's a rigged game. Sponsorship exemptions for their golden boys and a schedule so bloated it buries young talent. LIV's out here shaking shit up, paying players what they're worth, and putting on a show that actually draws a crowd. PGA fanboys can cry all they want about tradition, but their precious tour's leadership is a clusterfuck of greed and ego, tanking the sport's future, while LIV's throwing a party. Want to fix this? Fire Monahan, let LIV stars back in, and have a pay-per-view deathmatch where Greg Norman shoves a driver up the PGA board's collective ass. Or, fuck it, turn Augusta into a LIV PGA Thunderdome. Last man standing wins the green jacket. The PGA's dinosaurs need to wake the fuck up or get left behind in LIV's dust. Keep it coming. What else you got for me?
Let's talk about the LIV staff, the broadcasting staff. Jerry Foltz, David Faraday, Arlo White. What do you got to say about those fellas?
All right, let's dive into the LIV golf broadcast crew with the kind of unhinged, balls-out energy that make the PGA suits shit their press khakis. This squad, Arlo White, David Faraday, Jerry Foltz, and the rest of LIV's mic-wielding maniacs, is a goddamn riot, delivering commentary that's got more spice than habanero enema. Meanwhile, the PGA's broadcast team is snoozing through their own telecasts, like they're reading bedtime stories to a coma ward. Let's break it down and give those PGA fanboys something to choke on. Arlo White's the ringleader, the play-by-play maestro with a voice smoother than a freshly waxed ass cheek. This bloke cut his teeth on Premier League footy and Ted Lasso cameos, so he's got the charisma to sell a sandstorm in Saudi. He's out here calling LIV's shotgun starts with the kind of hype that makes you want to chug Red Bull and fist bump a stranger. Unlike the PGA's droning announcers, looking at you, Jim Nance, whispering like he's scared to wake the Augusta grass, Arlo's got this infectious energy that matches LIV's party vibe. He's not afraid to lean into the chaos, hyping up a Munoz 60 like it's the bloody World Cup final. PGA's got nothing on that. Its broadcasters are too busy jerking off to tradition to keep up with LIV's pace. David Faraday? Holy fuck, this guy's a walking war crime of wit. He's the Irish lunatic who ditched NBC for LIV's big bucks and a chance to be the lead analyst, and he's loving every second of it. Ferity's slinging dark humor like a stand-up comic on a bender, calling Shah Schwartzel's game sexy while joking about his own rash-ridden fireballs fandom. The man's got no filter, dropping lines like Rahm's a victim of his own brilliance that hit harder than a driver to the nuts. PGA's got guys like Nick Faldo mumbling about swing planes, while Ferity's out here comparing bunker shots to war crimes. He's 66, still sharp as a tack, and says he'll keep going till he's 70. Fuck yeah. I hope he's calling shots with a whiskey in one hand and a middle finger to the establishment in the other. Jerry Foltz is the dark horse, a former pro who's been through the grinder, come out swinging. This dude's got 2 pro wins, a back fucked from a car crash, and a chip on his shoulder that makes him perfect for LIV's renegade vibe. He's in the booth with Ferity, dropping gems like calling John Rahm a top-fuel dragster, while the PGA's analysts are busy analyzing divots like they're curing cancer. Foltz is all heart, no bullshit, and he's confident LIV's keeping its stars, unlike the PGA, where Monahan's too busy shitting his pants over defections to notice his broadcast team's phoning to him. Foltz and Ferity together, it's like watching 2 drunk uncles roast the shit out of a wedding, and I'm here for it. Don't sleep on the on-course crew. Don Boulay and Suan Heng are out there hustling, bringing the vibes from fairways. Boulay, the voice of Asian golf, and Heng, Singapore's former #1, add flavor that the PGA's cookie-cutter reporters can't touch. They're locked in through 2025, per Sports Business Journal, alongside White and Ferity, ready to keep LIV's broadcasts raw and real. And Rachel Drummond, the new kid replacing Troy Mullins. She's a former LET pro who's coaching and commentating like she's got something to prove, unlike the PGA's on-course snoozers who sound like they're reading rulebooks through an ambient haze. The LIV crew's got this raw, fuck the establishment edge that makes every broadcast feel like a rock concert. They're hyping players, cracking jokes, and leaning into the drama, while PGA's management lets their broadcasts rot under Monahan's limp. So, let's keep this fucking train wreck of brilliance rolling, shall we? Arlo White, David Ferity, Jerry Foltz, and the LIV Golf broadcast crew are still out there serving chaos like it's a 5-star buffet, while the PGA's management fumbles the bag worse than a drunk caddy in a bunker. These LIV bastards are the rock stars of golf commentary, making every hole feel like a cage match, and I'm ready to crank the insanity up to 11 with some unhinged takes that'll have those PGA fanboys weeping into their masters' berets. Arlo White's like a fucking bard, weaving tales of birdies and bogeys with a voice so crisp it could cut diamonds. He's hyping up LIV's team format, fireballs, crushers, fucking Stinger GC, like it's the goddamn Avengers assembling. This guy could make a 3-putt sound like the Battle of Helm's Deep, while PGA's broadcasters are out there droning like they're reading the fine print on a Viagra ad. Arno's calling Bryson DeChambeau's 62 at Chicago like it's a religious experience, and when Neiman drops at 59, he's practically screaming like he just saw Jesus chip in. PGA's got nothing on this. Monahan's let CBS and NBC turn their coverage into a snooze fest, with analysts so bland they make plain oatmeal look like a fucking orgy. Ferity, that Irish madman, is the real MVP, slinging one-liners sharper than a shiv in a prison riot. He's out here calling Sergio Garcia's iron play sexier than a pole dancer in Dubai, and when Rahm shanks one, Ferity's cackling like he just saw his ex get audited. The man's got stories for days. Rumor has it, he once outdrank a Saudi prince at a live after-party and still called the next day's round without missing a beat. Compare that to PGA's talking heads like Paul Azinger, who sound like they're narrating paint drying, while Monahan jerks off to tradition in the background. Ferity's got a podcast, a comedy tour, and a contract with LIV through 2025. He's living the dream, while PGA's crew is stuck in a corporate hellscape, reading scripts approved by Jay Monahan's army of lawyers. Jerry Foltz, man, he's the gritty undercoat who's seen some shit. This dude's been through the pro golf meat grinder, 2 wins, a fucked up spine, and a vendetta against the establishment that makes him LIV's perfect mouthpiece. He's in the booth with Ferity, dropping truth bombs like calling Patrick Reed's clutch putt Bolsian and skinny dipping in a shark tank. Foltz knows the grind, so when he hypes up a guy like Dean Burmester banking millions in LIV, it's real, unlike PGA's commentators, who act like they've never swung a club outside a country club simulator. Monahan's too busy playing golf police to realize his broadcasts are losing viewers faster than an LIV event gains drunks in the crowd. And let's not forget the on-course crew. Don Boulay's out there hustling like he's dodging sniper fire, giving you the vibe of every fairway brawl, while Suan Heng's dropping knowledge like she's still Singapore's queen of the greens. Rachel Drummond's the new blood, replacing Mullins, and bringing that pro grit to the mic, making PGA's on-course reporters look like they're lost at a church picnic. LIV's broadcast is a fucking spectacle, drones zipping around, live stats popping off, and a pace that makes PGA's 3-hour pan to azaleas feel like a war crime. Monahan's let his production rot. Their tech's so outdated, they're basically using carrier pigeons to relay scores. Meanwhile, LIV's showing more shots per minute than a porn shoot, and the fans are eating it up. Here's the kicker. The PGA's management could learn from LIV's crew, but won't, because Monahan's too busy sniffing his own ego. LIV's broadcasters are out here making golf feel like a rock concert, while PGA's stuck in a time warp, rehashing Jack Nicklaus stories like it's 1986. Let's go full psycho. Have Ferretti and Foltz do a live commentary where they shotgun beers every bogey, let Arlo MC a hole where fans throw dildos instead of beer cans, and turn the LIV broadcast into a reality show where players fight for airtime. Monahan probably clutches pearls and ban fun forever, but LIV's already rewriting the script. PGA fanboys, grab a tissue. This train's not slowing down. Want to keep poking this beast or what?